All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. It is November 20th, 2025. Welcome to my office hours. Please do connect with me on Substack. I just actually, oh, wait, why did that do that? I just published a post today. Please read it, like it, share it. Hopefully that's good. Do connect with me. You know the drill. Marginal cost of cognition and creativity is dropping to $0. Thank you, Kareem Lakhani, for this North Star of what's going on in the world. Why am I duplicates? Yes, we talked about this last week, but it's Anno Intelligentiae. We have entered a new era of human history. It is incredibly exciting, and the opportunities are insane. All right, into the news. In case you've been living under a rock, Gemini 3 is here. This is from Google. It is absolutely outstanding. It is a state-of-the-art model across the board. The capabilities, the metrics are just incredible. The reviews are still coming in. People are doing things, building things with this tool, and you got to take a look at this. Here's the performance card. I think I have another slide of this, but on ARC AGI 2, 31.1%, which is a massive jump. 37 and a half, 45 on humanities last exam. I think there was one area where they didn't perform state of the art. I forget where that is, but absolutely incredible model. The folks over at Artificial Analysis have their review up. Yes, it is jumping into the first, into the head, into the lead. Um, so definitely take a look at their review. I'm actually going to put this into the Zoom chat so folks have it, because this is just good to keep an eye on all of these metrics that people are using. Um, so right here, Gemini 3.0, actually that's the preview, not the release, or maybe it is the release. I don't know. Yeah, state of the art, just incredible. Um, where are we going here? So, oh, here it is. So this is from the model card, which, folks should keep an eye on. Take a look at these things because they talk about how they trained it, where it's good, where it's bad, where it fails. Oh, here it is. The SWE bench verified, which is a coding model. They performed slightly below Claude Sonnet 4.5. And again, Anthropic is really targeting the software development. So this would if this this is an important differentiator for the folks over at Anthropic. They definitely want to try and stay ahead of this, but these numbers are mind blowing, just genuinely mind blowing. And if you compare it to Gemini 2.5 Pro, which 3 days ago was also state of the art, the leap is amazing. Um, so a new era of intelligence with Gemini 3. This is from Sundar Pichai from Google. Just his notes on this, his blog post. Google Research, their post on X, talks about their launch of Gemini and how they built it and some of the features. What else is here? Oh, this is also very important, coming out of Google Research. Generative user interfaces. We've talked about this in class and here for office hours in the past. Gen UI. If you are a designer and you work in Figma and you make user interfaces for applications, please pay close attention to this. Just the same way we can go text to an image, or text to video, or text to audio, we can now do text to a user interface. And I saw a couple of demos where they were creating these generative user interfaces in the AI mode um, within Google search. So absolutely fantastic. This is the future. So all of a sudden, we as designers need to start to think about this differently. We need to start to think about uh, uh, the user interface will be created on the fly in near real time. That's a new transformation effects of design and interacting with computers. So start building with Gemini 3 if you are a developer. This is some information for you about what's going on. Again, the agentic coding is a major bump here. That is absolutely a superpower. They did announce anti-gravity, which I will show that in a second. Um, they have their API, their vibe coding, their information on AI Studio. Oh, and that's the other thing. In Google's AI Studio, I've yet to play with it, but you can hook up into Gemini 3 and Nano Banana in AI Studio. So This is also important. Cost goes down, quality goes up. It's performing well on the ARC AGI 1 and 2 evaluations. Here it is. This is 46% state of the art, cost per task, just under $100, $77 on average task, cost per task. So these things are getting good. Logan Kilpatrick from Google. This is one of his early tests that he did to code an app that the AI just basically built in one shot. So really impressive. Just type it in, tell it what you want. It goes ahead and builds a physics simulator. Here's another little example of somebody building Gemini 3 capabilities out. Just take an image, code some voxel art scene, and make it into a 3JS code so you can interact with it. Beautiful stuff. So designer over the moon with Gemini 3. Let me just show you these things. This is these are user interfaces. So if you're a designer and you make user interfaces and this is what you do, understand what this means for your career. Okay. And if you look at this and you say, oh, this is AI slop, um, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. But just be ready for it. So also stuff, because this is all Gemini 3, this is from Google DeepMind's YouTube channel. So these are some playables that they created. I'm just going to click one of these things. I don't really know how to play this, but these are games. I don't know how to shoot, but so just a game. Not bad. And they coded this exit game. Goodbye. What else? More stuff from Sundar, just about coding from an image to an actual playable chess game. Give Gemini anything, images, PDFs, scribbles, and it will create whatever you like. An image becomes a board game, a napkin sketch transformed into a full website. Really impressive stuff. This is where we're at. It's exciting. All right, anti-gravity. This is another tool that Google just released yesterday. This is an IDE, which is a development environment for people to code. So it's a fork of VS Code. So it's going to compete with every other IDE out there. So Cursor is the tool that I love to use. Only briefly played with anti-gravity.
Every breakthrough in model intelligence
I'm not going to show this whole video.
Encourages us to rethink what is our latest. It is the ideal agentic development home base. Does it have an IDE? Yes, but it also has a whole lot more. We started with the core IDE, an added piece.
So again, folks don't like to code too much around here, but you have to.
That evolve the IDE towards an agent-first feature, such as browser use, asynchronous interaction patterns, and an additional novel agent-first product form factor, helping you.
So good stuff on this. I definitely, if you are interested in building and coding things, take a look at anti-gravity. Again, I don't want folks to be scared of the code. What I want you to do is lean into it and say, okay, AI, hey, this is what I want to build the code for me, and let's work through it together. That vibe coding and that AI-assisted coding is definitely one of the greatest things that we as designers and creatives can use, because code is what we need to be building. And so if you have a problem, go ask these tools to solve it for you. You're going to have a lot of fun with it, I believe. So somebody hacked the anti-gravity. Here's their system prompt. And you know me, I love looking at how people are prompting these agents because it just gives you some insight as to what they're doing and how they're doing it. I don't want to get dinged for any copyright strikes on this, but I just thought that was really insightful. Here's a video I want you to see.
Using anti-gravity, my first prompt was about setting the final goal. We are going to create a pinball machine that plays itself. I gave it additional context about exactly what was the interface we're going to use, so this web serial API, and then we started creating the building blocks together, from actuating the flippers to the computer vision algorithm, and finally assembling the solution into creating the user interface that you see today.
So he used their coding system to make an actual pinball game playing system. Good art installation, in my opinion. All right, moving on. Nano Banana Pro. You've heard it, you've seen it. Watch this.
This is your new creative partner. Nano Banana Pro from Google, built on Gemini 3. Gemini 3 understands your world. So with Nano Banana Pro, you can reflect it, bend it, reimagine it. Take the complex and make it clear with detailed infographics, intricate diagrams, and text in any style you choose. You can give your imagination shape and form, craft a brand, visualize it, and then see it everywhere. And when you want to tell a
Those mock-ups alone are worth the price of admission.
story, Google's Nano Banana Pro gives you control across color, focus, and lighting. In vivid 4K, in every aspect ratio, and with every image securely watermarked. Nano Banana Pro, for your next idea that starts anywhere and ends wherever you take it.
This tool is utterly gorgeous. Yeah, I just don't know how to really process this or express how amazing this is. Just everything from infographics to telling storyboards, just logos. Maggie, I'm looking at you. Typography. Just kicking butt. This was kind of cool. Actually, I'm kind of curious where this interface was. I didn't find this. I wanted to know if somebody had found that or if this is just a board that they created. But here's all the elements. Prompt. Put them all together. Just absolutely insane. And so you can use it today. It's available in the Gemini app. You can also use it in AI Studio, which you do need to pay for. You have to get an API key and hook up a credit card for that. And you can use it in the regular Gemini AI tool. Rhonda, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. Why did he make such a big deal about the images being watermarked if there's no copyright?
What why do they make a
Why are
watermark?
they watermarking the images?
Oh, I think that's a great question. Because they want to protect the population from deepfakes, and so that folks understand that these are AI generated. And this is the other thing that they did. I just want to show you this. I kind of glossed over this. Where's their synth? Here it is. How to identify AI generated images in the Gemini app. We believe it's critical to know when an image is AI generated. This is why all media generated by Google's tools are embedded with our imperceptible Synth ID digital watermark. I think this is cool. So if you see an image, you can upload it into the Gemini app and ask it, is this image generated by AI? And it will look at the watermarks inside of the image and tell you. So I think this is a good way to protect people from, fake news and deepfakes and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
I don't know what I think about it yet because I'm really not sure how I feel about it.
I mean, I would much rather have
It's
a
like
watermark.
it's like saying like if you take a painting and saying, "Oh, I used oil for this, I guess," or "I used watercolor for that," because I look at the AI only as a tool. It doesn't create anything I don't ask it. So like it needs me as a partner,
Correct.
and
But
I
if you
feel
are
like
looking at something that someone else created on social media or on a print ad or just somewhere
right.
on
So
TV.
they did it, not the A. You see, I look at it as the person who prompted is the author, not the AI. Even though the AI, because I just look at the AI as a tool. That's how I view it.
Right. But the thing is, if you create something that's, and you show it to somebody else and they want to verify if it's a real photograph or not, this tool, this embedded identification helps consumers, the population, understand whether or not this is a fake image and it was AI generated or
Well,
not.
I guess that's really important now because you see so many politicians being used in ads and talking, and I guess a lot of them aren't real.
And
So,
that would be a concern for the population. So
right.
here's
So
this.
that would make it important for the watermark, I guess.
I think I agree with that. I think, so here's the synth ID. Generative AI can help us be more creative, productive, and innovative, but it can be hard to tell the difference between content that's been AI generated and content created without AI. So, like, now the problem here is like we've had Photoshop for decades. So, that image of that famous person's been touched up, but society doesn't have a problem, or some portions of society don't have a problem with that. So we're okay with that, but a fully AI generated image is apparently it's so good at fooling humans that we need this type of technology. So we'll see how this plays out. Kevin, you got your hand up.
Yeah, how is it watermarking? Can I just run it through Media Encoder and get rid of the watermark?
I would hope so.
Or is it embedding it in the pixels
Yeah.
somehow?
So, I mean, here's the information. AI, it's embedding it. Watermark doesn't change the image or video quality. It's added the moment the content is created. It's designed to stand up to modifications like cropping, adding filters, changing frame rates, or lossy compression. So, I have a sneaky suspicion that this is really just going to be a cat and mouse game. Somebody's going to try and create a synth ID, bypass. Why, I don't know, because somebody wants to they want to lie to the population. I think so somebody who's working against it, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to try and build something that bypasses it. So we'll see. But I like the fact that they're at least doing this so that if you see an image or a video of a famous person and they weren't actually, giving permission for it, this wasn't their identity, they have some sort of, way to verify that this was not uh, created. But, sorry, it was created by an AI. Anyway, so building with Nano Banana Pro, our Gemini 3 Pro image model. So again, more information on building tools, building systems, and deploying this in production environments with the new model. This is a really cool little demo app that they built, but I clicked on this earlier and it didn't work. I don't think it's going to work again. I wanted to play with this. Oh, now it's working. So a product mock-up visualization. I'm not going to spend too much time. We'll come back to that because I do want to play with that at some point. But like, you're blending a bunch of images and you can create your product that way. So if you're uploading a logo onto something, you can at least control it. Different products, actual photos of an actual product. This is one of those ways where advertisers and designers can really control what comes out. So good stuff. Gemini 3 Pro image, more information on Nano Banana. Just amazing stuff. Create a storyboard for the scene. I think I showed you this image, the woodchuck. Yeah. All right. Moving on. What else? Okay, so I started to play with this in my Gemini on my favorite prompt of a realistic, hyper-realistic oil painting of a cute rat wearing heavy Japanese warrior armor, samurai style, with katana, samurai sword blade, standing in front of a temple and sakura trees. And this is what it came up with. Again, I've been testing this with Gen images for a couple of years now. This is one of the best. Without any question, the character consistency, the style, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And again, I like the fact that there's this watermark here. And again, if I wanted to remove the watermark, I can just bring into Photoshop or whatever, remove the watermark, no big deal. And then I also played, so this is the prompt that I gave it. Can you please generate an image of the Brooklyn Bridge based on the current weather in New York City right now? And I need to express the transformation effect. So if you are in advertising, you need to pay attention to this because I'm asking Gemini to do stuff in an agentic way. What's the weather right now? Based off of the weather right now, go create an image of what it would look like right now. I didn't give it any other information, but that's the Brooklyn Bridge. Now you can see in this image that there's clearly something broken. I see two copies of the Brooklyn Bridge. All right. But I want to just pull down here so you can see the thinking details. Now, my understanding is this is not the whole thinking process. This is kind of summarized. So pinpointing details, currently focused on gathering the necessary details to generate an accurate depiction of the Brooklyn Bridge. Analyzing the atmosphere, finding weather data. Okay. interpreting cloud cover, analyzing conflicting reports, depicting the scene, validating the details, and here's the image. So you can see where that it's pulling in information, live information at the time that I wrote this. Now, again, of course, because this is not perfect, can you please remove the second image of the bridge? It looks like there are two Brooklyn bridges in this image. And again, it goes through this removing redundancy, simplifying the scene, evaluating precision, reviewing instructions again, and then here's the fixed image. So it's getting it. Now, is this hyper real? Is it accurate? Like, you can still see a few things in here. Again, I don't, it's been a while since I've been on the Brooklyn Bridge, but like we would have to compare this to an actual photograph. And is it good enough for whatever I'm trying to show in this advertisement? This is super powerful that I can say that I can give it conditions that it's going to go figure out and then generate the image. This is the agentic stuff that I've been hoping to see and talking about for a while. Adobe, because they kind of lost the the battle in their ethically clean Firefly model. Sorry, Adobe, but they're now incorporating Nano Banana into Adobe Firefly. What was this? And Bridge has bike lanes now. Yes, that's right. Sorry. And then and these images are free to use, etc. I'm not sure what that means. Like you're generating the image so you can use them for whatever you want, but AI generated images you cannot get a copyright on. I don't know if that answers the question, but licensing. Yeah, licensing, they're yours to do whatever you want, but understand you can't get a copyright on them. So if you're creating something for commercial purposes, your use case, you have to be clear with your customer whether or not you are going down this rabbit hole of, but we want the copyright, so then you can't use any of this, or you have to disclaim it in the copyright application. So those are important things to keep in mind. So Adobe, Nano Banana in Firefly. Here we go. On to the next one. All right. Off into the Twitterverse, the Xverse. Higgsfield, click to add drops now. This was kind of cool.
You're all fired! I'm not paying for your work!
Sorry.
Meet the new standard of practical tools.
So pretty cool. A good user interface if you want to create lots of advertisements of your product, upload images, and generate. Notebook LM, my favorite freaking tool, adds deep research capabilities and support for more source types. So they're just kicking butt with this tool. I absolutely love it. So you've got this fast research and you've got the deep research in the add source dialog box. You can do a search on the web. Just absolutely incredible. Oh, and PDFs. They also were adding, I think I saw something. Oh, yeah, it was Microsoft Word and Excel files are finally coming to that, which was important. Another thing that people were complaining about. I want Microsoft Word files. And then, of course, they added the custom video overviews are officially 100% rolled out to all users. That's really exciting. So if you want to create a video overview, there you go. Notebook LM, watch a video. And of course, because November 17th, could you post a link to the Adobe Firefly? I'll post everything at the end. But yes, I'll get all that. I'll get it right now because I know you want it. Where's the Adobe? Doot, 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 doot. There you go. Actually, here. Here's a link to everything. Everything I'm going to show tonight is already there. Notebook LM. Okay, so Grok 4.1, XAI released their update to Grok the day before Gemini 3. They had to get something out, and you can see on LM Arena, Gemini 3 Pro is at the top. Preliminary results. Still very exciting to see this. GPT 5.1 thinking high is about 300 times cheaper per task than O3 preview low. So that means 1 year in intelligence it's gotten 300 times cheaper, and I think at the same level. if memory serves. I think this was at the same level of performance. Yeah, about. So look at the key here is the price is what they're showing in this. Um, yeah, price important. Intelligence is getting cheaper. 11 Labs released image and video, so you can now actually generate video and audio with their tools, and again, aggregated for the other video models that are out there. Fantastic. I think they are still one of the market leaders in that. Flora version 2 was just released as well. So again, this is another one of those wire up your user interface type node-based tools, prompting, set the ins and outs, and have fun. They've been around for a while. Uh, and what was this? Artificial analysis announcing omniscience. I don't know how to pronounce this. A new benchmark for knowledge and hallucination across a bunch of topics. So again, we need these benchmarks to keep track of how these models are actually behaving. So it's nice to keep track of this. Replicate was now acquired by Cloudflare, and then the next day, Cloudflare had an outage. I don't know if there's any causal relationship to this, but Replicate is now owned by Cloudflare. As I know some of you, we keep talking about LTX Studio and their new model. They have this Elements feature, so you can go through this process of concept development and pre-production and control over the consistency and creative. So you can see that they're just uploading these new objects, these new images, and the video changes. So really good to have for their platform. Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Anthropic are announcing strategic partnerships. So the bubble continues to go. We'll see how that goes. Also, this was a good post from Anthropic on 60 Minutes. This is something you should all pay attention to and watch. They were talking about how Anthropic's Claude was kind of going off the rails and how they learned from that. So definitely watch 60 Minutes on that. Riverflow 2 preview. This was another image editing model that was out there. Add "You Did It, Maya" to the bottom half of the banner. So you're getting good responses here from the video editing. So this is the original. This is the change the beers to be 2 IPAs and 1 stout. And that's what you get. Alibaba has released, because China's competing with all of this stuff, they're kicking butt. Quen chatbot. So if you want to play with another chatbot coming out of China, you can. Another good state-of-the-art tool with a great user interface. Announcing design. So Replit, which is a tool that I use for those proof of concepts and those minimum viable product developments. They have a new design feature, which is pretty good. I have yet to play with it. I think that the project I'm working on right now, we're going to have to redesign what we're doing and utilize their AI designer and just give it a few prompts and get some good designs. So here it is, Replit. Every product manager, designer, and founder needs to see this. So again, good quality, very easy to do. Keep an eye on it. Group chats and ChatGPT. So OpenAI can't allow Google to get away with all of the good news, but last week they announced group chats. So if you have a group of people and you want to communicate together, you can now go ahead and do so. So that's fun. I look forward to playing with that. Google Workspace, what was this? Oh, they added, so this is more on the enterprise stuff. So you can add slides. So they've integrated Nano Banana into their slides, so you can prompt and get better slides, images and slides, and infographics. I haven't tried this. I need to try this. I'm still like an old fogey when it comes to like infographics. I'm still just doing it myself. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm just going to automate all of that stuff. So this is just some more images that people were doing with early releases of Nano Banana 2. Pixar style short for innate. This is actually worth a watch. This is worth a watch. It's long. Lenny's Big Delivery. Guy created a story, whole a movie short, and he talks about his workflow. This was Gamma. Yes, Gamma is one of the best tools for creating the slides. Maggie, 100% on that. In fact, I think they just released it. They had an update recently, and So I still recommend Gamma, but I use Google Slides, so I'm not going to change away from that. So I still make my slides individually. So Neo Dragon mobile video generation using a diffusion transformer. This is from Qualcomm. Uh, you look at this stuff and you're like, well, the quality is not that good, and that's not actually what's important here. What's important here is the size of the model and that it's capable of running on a mobile device. So we talked about the transformation effects of advertising, and this is what one of those things that we've been talking about. So when you start to take these tools and they get better and smaller and faster and cheaper, and you can start to run them on an edge device like your smartphone, so what happens here? What does this mean? It means that I can now push an advertisement that's generated to the user on their phone through a prompt. So I'm never actually creating the images before it actually shows up on the user's phone. That's one of the that's like, so why is this important? It means that we could run generative AI on the edge device. Again, is it perfect? No. Is it small? Yes. Is it fast? I mean, again, 640 by 1024. It's not bad. 2 seconds, 49 frames in 6.7 seconds. So imagine you are a Meta and you want to push an advertisement. You don't have to push the content, you just push the prompt and you let the phone cache it, render it out, and then there you go. And it could be generated in real time for the person who's on the phone. And then your privacy of the advertisement, the privacy is maintained by the user. So there's just so much excitement that I see with these types of tools. So many opportunities to explore that. Time to move training, free motion controlled video generation via dual clock denoising. Again, just another model here. You're controlling this and the model moves it around. So this is, you're kind of like grabbing this object, you're puppeteering it, and then the video updates accordingly. I think I might have shown this already, but I can't remember. So you can see that they're just adjusting, they're moving this object from the still, and the video output is what happens. Oh, camera motion control. This is also cool. So all of these tools, all of these new research approaches are going to just show up into all of the tools that we currently use. And I think there's a race to that, actually. I think whoever can get it first and incorporate it first, uh, uh, there's that first mover advantage. Step Audio Edit X. This is an open source LLM-based text-to-speech model. Zero-shot cloning. So here's the
And he
original.
was particularly close to Margaret Thatcher. Underneath the courtyard is a large underground exhibition room, which
So you see what they're doing. That's a clone. Here's
Why
the
are my
original.
keys in the fruit bowl? Next to the
No
bananas?
memory of doing
I have.
this. What is going on?
So they, by the way, just like a bunch of edits here, so you can see what they were doing. Speaking style editing. So you had your source audio and then their edited audio.
You know what your problem is? You think too much. Stop thinking. Just do. Be bold. Be fearless. You know what your problem is. You think too much. Stop.
So you can see that there's a progression. It's not perfect. It's not as good as some of the state-of-the-art audio models, but it's, free and getting there. Rhonda, did you want to say something?
No, no,
Okay, you were unmuted. All right.
no.
No worries. Okay, so another one is Ref VTON. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Person-to-person try-on with additional unpaired visual reference. Again, like why use this when a Nano Banana Pro can do this? But again, new models, more tools that are available to whatever fits in your current pipeline. So virtual try-on. There you go. The object, the image, and the result. Beautiful stuff. Love it. Lumen building generalist agents in 3D open worlds. So I'm still a little confused as to what these guys did. They built using Genshin Impact, which I guess is a game. They built an agent to play the game. And it took hours. It was able to play these games for hours on end. And then it was able to, they took the engine and they used it in a game it hadn't played, and it still performed really well. Oh, these videos are not loading. I thought that that was really impressive. So again, stuff that we need to keep an eye on. AIs that play games. If what was this depth anything 3? So they're extracting the depth information from a bunch of rendered images here is what it looks like. Not sure. What else was there? Another update to Google's VO3.1. Mobile and desktop, you can upload multiple reference images alongside your video prompts to create entirely new worlds. So something that had been requested for a while, and now it's available in 3.1 in VO. What else? Imagine Art 1.5. So they have a new model. This was really cool. Again, competitions is good. Beautiful stuff. What else? Higgs field X model mixes vision and reasoning to generate perfect multi-angle shots. So in this image, make 4 different camera angles of this game. Prompt, that's the prompt. And then you can see these. Let me just click on this so you can see this. You can, wow. So you got the different shots here. Prompt, enhance this into high fidelity remastered vision. Create a hyper-realistic YouTube thumbnail with Keanu Reeves. Again, I have a problem with using people without their permission. Show this woman's ID card. Okay. Love it. Here's another. I love the prompt share stuff. Again, that JSON formatted of sorts of Robert Downey Jr. Again, without his permission, Gemini. Sea Dream 4.0. I wish it was parrots and snakes, but you know, I'm not sure what this giraffe, hippo, bat, cat, bird thingy is. But still, I thought it was pretty cool. Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro first last frame is now available on foul.ai. So you can, again, that technique that we've been exploring for a while, that first last frame is now available on that platform. This was another demo of someone using Quen and Comfy UI, variations of a scene, multi-angle LoRa, first and last frame, video gen. They edited tool. I'm not sure what they use for editing, and then Suno V5 for music, but I'm not playing the audio. Again, another methodology tweet to show people how they're doing it. Tongi Labs released I guess this is a LoRa to Quen image edit. Panel Painter V2. So if you are doing some, what do you call it, manga related color work, I think this was really, really cool. This Panel Painter, beautiful stuff. What else do we have here? Super Splat Editor. Okay, so who needs to edit splats? I don't know. But wait, look, there's this cool little toy. So if you are doing any work with splats, somebody created a splat editor. Thank you to them. What was this? Synthesia has another update. Avatars that can finally take action. You can kind of see what's going on here in the video. Nice. What was this? Nunchaku Team Quen Image Edit Fly. So again, another small model that runs in Comfy. Good to see. What else? So Stitch. This is a tool that I'm going to really have to start to explore more. I've only played with it once, and I think it's now getting to the point where this is worthy of really starting to use. So you can share and remix a project on Stitch. And then the other thing was that you can actually export it into AI Studio, where you can then go build it. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do here. So make this real, go build in AI Studio. Like, yeah, build. So it's actually, so you're going from like Figma or Figma Make, and then all of a sudden you actually have a fully functioning app of sorts. Kevin, thanks for coming, man. I'll see you. We're almost done. This is also new from Meta, introducing Meta Segment Anything Model 3. So they have this new model where you can select the different objects. This is about object extraction. Very important tool to have for many workflows. Look at that. I mean, that is just, they've segmented everything in this model, in this image. So good to have. Flora design icons. I was thinking of Maggie when I saw this. Like, oh, okay, icons, logos. There you go. Production ready sheet in seconds if you are building out an app. What else? FAL is now partnering with Imagine Art on their latest model. So you can, oh, I mentioned that already. This was actually a really cool video. I'm not going to play the video, but just beautiful. Has an Avatar feel to it, obviously, but AI generated filmmaking, something to keep an eye on. Midjourney has user profiles, so you can customize your own page with your username, social links, banners, and more. So if you create content, Midjourney is now kind of making that possible so you can showcase your stuff. Great. Thank you, Midjourney. Stability.ai is now partnered with Warner Music, so this falls under the if you can't beat them, join them. Uh, all right, good. Way to go, Stability. Dreamina AI, multi-frames, a major step forward in controllable video generation. So 10 keyframes, like this is, yeah, 10 keyframes, get a coherent take, a single take, up to 54 seconds long. This is important. This is a very important workflow. And you're just building out the keyframes, and then the model creates the entire video. Beautiful stuff. This was really cool. Again, another Laura on the Quen image edit. Somebody, like if you take a picture of a book and it removes the seam in the middle of it. I thought this was really cool. Sometimes people need to do that. What else in the coding in the latest model stuff? Vibe Thinker is a very small 1.5 billion parameter dense model that challenges the prevailing notion that small models lack robust reasoning capabilities. So look at these numbers here that are like it's performing above DeepSeek R1, but it's 1.5 billion parameters large. What I'm questioning when I see this is like, how do they do this? And is it just an overfit model and it doesn't really generalize well? But we'll see. I have not played with this. It's on the list of things to do. But Vibe Thinker, I mean, you know, total parameters. This is minuscule, and it's performing arguably at the level of Quen 332 billion. You know, where did I say? I thought I saw GPT OSS on here somewhere. Cost effective. Yeah, you think? Beautiful stuff. What else? Heretic, fully automatic censorship removal for language models. So, because the models that are coming out of China are arguably biased uh, towards their political perspective, several researchers are trying to figure out a way to remove um, that bias, and so they built this tool to take those models and debias them and free them from whatever information that they have been biased with. So, for example, if you were to ask them about what happened in Tiananmen Square, those models by themselves won't respond. Whereas after they've been processed, they will respond. I have not played with this. GLM 4.6, so it's another LLM that's been out. 1,000 tokens per second, 17 times faster than Claude, world's #1 tool calling model. So GLM 4.6 is now live on Cerebrus. Really good that they're building that. So what else? Sam Altman. Oh, this was in I mentioned this earlier, but 300x intelligence in a year is insane, and I do agree with that. OpenAI just released GPT 5.1 Codex Max. So if you are a coder, there's a brand new model for you to play with that's doing even better in coding. Software development. Love it, love it, love it. Another LLM from the Allen AI Institute, Olmo 3. We talked about Olmo 2 a few months ago, I feel like. And now they have their third version. Um, again, these are open models. Uh, Yeah, beautiful stuff. More models, better competition. Physical intelligence, they have another model called Pi 0.6, I guess is what it's called, for robot stuff. I have a bunch of things on robotics here, but just I'm watching this robotic arm make coffee from their model. That's just awesome. I want one of these. Sure, I can fold the box faster, but I don't want to. What else was Gemini bring the best of Google AI to every? Oh, so this is enterprise. So if you are in the enterprise and you're like, my boss doesn't let us, the company doesn't let us use this. Google's has this available for the enterprise. Just ask them to pay for it so you can get access to these things. Yes, it's expensive, but it's enterprise. It should be. What else do we have here? This is another thing. Gemini Enterprise, the new front door for Google AI in your workplace. Again, so if you're already on Google Workspace, this should be a no-brainer. Get your company to build this stuff and make it available. Really important. Google to enable research automation on Gemini Enterprise. Again, we want those agents. We want employees building tools to automate the work that they do, and have a centralized place where the business itself has insight into what is being automated and how they're working. Uh, this is exactly what companies really need to see. Um, what else do we have here? ChatGPT. Oh, so I've not been playing with ChatGPT's Atlas, their AI web browser. If anybody's been playing with it, I want to hear what you're doing with it in overtime. But I've not been using it, but they just had a update to it, so I saw that and I figured to tell people play with Atlas. Let me know if it's good. What was this? Oh, so Gemini Agent. I don't have access to this because I'm not on the Google Ultra plan, but uh, they have an agent that's built into their Gemini app, and I really want it. I want this. I want this. This looks so cool. I mean, again, I pay for both Gemini and ChatGPT, and I build my agents by hand, but this looks this looks so exciting. Uh, yeah, I want to play with their Gemini agent. Google Colab, if you are a coder, you can now connect your VS Code directly into Google Colab. If you build notebooks and stuff like that, or do some data visualization or analytics, this will make you, if you're a Python notebooks person, this will excite you. If not, ignore it. This was interesting. So Comfy UI, one of our favorite open source user interface AI generative tools, called out a partner at A16Z for posting this uh, and not giving credit, but they did. So didn't credit or link back to the original community and conveniently cut out the last part of the video, which shows the artist credit. And again, understand this is AI generated, so credit is what's important, I think, but copyright is irrelevant here, and it's being called out by Comfy UI, and this, of course, just lit up. And here's a lesson on how to do it. Okay, well, the author shows here it is. They didn't make any changes to this. So shame on Comfy UI. Kudos to Justine for showcasing high quality AI generated work. Beyond me, what the folks over at Comfy UI are doing. Honestly, I think they should double check their mission if they're going to be calling out people for using AI, stuff like that. This is another AI development IDE that I don't think I'm going to be able to try because it's just going to probably wreck me. Cladlabs.ai has incorporated, they're calling this is brilliant marketing, by the way, the first brain rot code editor that turns AI wait time into productive time. So you set off an agentic AI thing to code or develop something, and it's going to take a little bit of time. And what they decided to do, Chad IDE. And so now you can like watch videos and YouTube shorts and Instagram all within the IDE. And I'm just beside myself. I'm not going to be playing with this as much as I want to. Swiping through Tinder while AI vibe coding is just, I don't need this in my, like, yeah, I'm going to have to download this and play with it. I should not, but I'm going to have to. I don't want to. Okay, rounding this up, we're almost done. I hope we're almost done. So this hit my feed. I thought this was really cool. This guy created a digital audio workstation interface with AI, and here's a little.
Set the tempo to 128 and the key to A minor.
Done.
Now create two MIDI tracks named sub, bass, and lead, colored blue and yellow, each with a 4-bar clip.
This is really cool. So again, remember, this is a human telling the AI to do something for them in Ableton. I guess this is, yeah, this looks like Ableton. Like that's impressive to me. I love that. Now build that into any tool. Suno just closed their Series C for 250 million Series C. so that they can be growing at a $2.45 billion valuation. That is incredible. Unity and Epic Games, the great competitors, are now merging forces, at least in their commerce platform, so that people in Unreal Engine and Fortnite rather can buy Unity assets or games. Good stuff. Adobe is acquiring SEMrush for generative engine optimization. SEMrush was doing that better than Adobe, so acquisitions. Octaverse, a new developer, joins GitHub every second as AI leads TypeScript to number one. So for the developers in the room, this is kind of important to see how people are developing with AI. And there's a massive explosion of people generating code using AI, for better or for worse. It's happening. Google Research has a new speech-to-speech translation model. I thought this was
moléculas
cool.
de agua en el aire. En zonas costeras existe un mayor acúmulo de moléculas de agua en el aire. In coastal areas, there is a larger accumulation of water molecules in the air.
And I love that they kept the accent there. That's just awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Real-time speech-to-speech translation. So this was their paper and their documents on that. Just geniuses. ChatGPT for teachers. You know, I've been pro AI in the education universe. This is something that I think that teachers should be required to use AI. They should be required to teach AI, and the students should be required to use AI. And I've always said that I don't know how to handle the K-12, universe, but they now have a ChatGPT workspace built for educators with admin controls and compliance support for schools and administrations. I think this is exactly what the world needs. And we just need to get the students to not cheat on their papers.
And
Slide
Todd, can I comment? It's like I've spoken to somebody who teaches, and I gave your ideas to him, and he told me people are using ChatGPT in his class and cheating all the time.
Yeah.
And it's really becoming a disaster.
Well, so the problem is, so Victoria, and what I've said, and I've said this, I've been insanely controversial on this, and I will say it constantly, and it doesn't matter. I'm just standing on this. Students should be required to use AI, okay, for everything that they do. And the problem is not that they're cheating, it's the definition of what is cheating has to change. So my opinion is if the professor is not requiring the students to use AI, the professor should be removed from the classroom because they are no longer qualified to teach students in the age of AI. Now, again, that's not completely true. I'm saying it to be controversial. I'm saying it to, get people riled up to really start to address this. But the problem is, if we're not showing students how to use these tools, we're not preparing them for the world that they live in today. Forget about when they graduate in 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now. That's the problem. And I've spoken to dozens of undergraduate students who graduated last year and they're basically unemployed, they're out of work, and they can't get jobs because they don't have the AI skills because the universities were blind and banned them from using it, when using AI is the only skill that is actually being hired right now. So that's the gap that I see. So the only way I can push forward and tell people that they got to stop this is to tell them, stop banning AI. Change the way you define and measure success in education. It should be outcome based, not did you write a good paper? That's the problem. And I have solutions for that, and I presented on this, and there's getting some slow traction on this. But instead of having students produce one homework assignment, write one paper, stop. AI is just going to write the paper for you. Go write 100 papers now. Each student writes 100 papers. Now go write a metric, go write a rubric to grade the 100 papers using AI, pick the top 10. From the top 10, now compile the best solution to this paper, and then submit all of that work that you did using AI, and now you've got 10 minutes in front of the class to explain what it is that you learned. And that still requires the student to have the Socratic critical thinking skills that they must have in the age of intelligence. So that's the problem that I see. And when I see OpenAI leaning into this and producing solutions for educators, especially in K-12, this excites me to no end.
Yeah, but anyway, we can talk about it later offline or whatever. It's a separate big conversation anyway.
No, my pleasure. No, I love this conversation. This is all right, where are we? I moved my mouse. Slide decks. So again, what was this? Notebook LM, Nano Banana, creating slide decks in Notebook LM. Love it. What was this? Another, well, nope, hold on. Gemini 3.0 Pro surpasses radiology trainees on radiology's last exam. It's been predicted for a while, like radiologists are going to be, out of work. They haven't been out of work. They've been hiring more radiologists, yet the models are getting better. So this is augmentation effects happening here. So even though Gemini 3.0 Pro is doing well, score accuracy, expert radiologist 83%. All right, so we still need humans. Don't get me wrong, but I want a human augmented with AI over an AI or just a human. Robots, Walker S2, Unitree G1, Tron. That looks awesome, by the way. Like I really want one of those. I want one of those. How much is this? I can't afford any of this stuff, but I still want one. How cool would it be to have one of these things in the, like romping around the house? I wouldn't get anything done. I mean, I don't get anything done now anyway, but like I would still definitely not get anything done if I had this thing. It just needs arms, right? It doesn't really look like it does much. I mean, it could, secure the house, right? I don't know. This looks really cool. The Alex system, South Korean company, We Robotics, more stuff. Cosmos, an AI scientist for autonomous discovery. We're going to start to see a lot of these AI scientist tools. We talked about Sakana.ai in the past. We're going to see a bunch of these things happen. I know XAI is working on this as well. Another robotic arm, personal home robot, Sourcey, cute name, makes coffee for me. Yeah, that works for me. Make my coffee. And then another one, Agile Robotics, manufactured in Germany. And over into the economic side of the world, no firm is immutable. Sorry, can't read. No firm is immune if AI bubble bursts, Google CEO tells the BBC. So hopefully that won't happen. Just be ready for it. Delayed September report shows U.S. added 119,000 jobs, more than expected, but the unemployment rate is currently at 4.4%. So we always need to keep track of the labor and the workforce. And yes, the number of November layoffs has increased. Verizon announcing that they are laying off 13,000 people this month. So Synopsys and Sonder, just keep an eye on it. We'll see how this plays out. Lastly, my class registration will be going open very soon for the spring semester. So please do spread the word. I would love to get like a couple of dozen, 20, 30, 40 people in my class. I do think that it would be a lot of fun. I think that was the last thing. Yes, please do connect with me. That is my link tree. And I really appreciate that everyone came tonight. Michael, you have a question. Do you want to answer it on the recording, or should I end the recording now?
I don't care either way.
All right, I'm going to end the recording. Thank you all for sticking around and coming to office hours. I will see you all next week, and those of you in class, next week is the last class of the semester. So see you soon.